Hi, my name's Darren and I'm a Capability Officer with Wakai Waian Healing. Today I'd like to talk to you about a subject that I feel really passionate about, and that subject is connection and connectivity. We find connections all around us on a daily basis. The tide's connected to the moon, just as the tree is connected to its roots, which are in turn connected to the earth. That same tree has leaves which are connected inextricably to the sun and to the sky. It is these multiple and complicated connections that energize the tree and permit it to grow. And just as these connections in nature, we too as human beings have physical, social and emotional connections to our family, our community, our elders and our ancestors. So we call this kind of a connection a social connection, and it is the experience of feeling close or attached to other people. Connection is the energy that exists between people when they feel seen, when they can give and receive without judgment, and when they get sustenance and strength from that relationship. When working in the therapeutic space, clients have often asked of me that they would like to have a better relationship with their partner, their children, siblings, friends, or even co-workers. They constantly say to me, I want to feel closer to these people. And it's a question that many of us, I'm sure, have pondered at some stage in our lives. And whether you want to have more satisfying relationships with the people you care about, or just want to make new connections in the community, here are a couple of really deadly tips on how to get more fulfilling social connections. A social worker by the name of Breen Brown conducted a really great bit of research on interconnectedness. And what she did was she got a group of participants and divided them into two separate groups. Those who felt that they had a really strong sense of love and of belonging, and the second group who felt that they didn't. The outcome of this research showed that the group who felt loved and had a strong sense of belonging shared a particular trait, and that was the courage to be imperfect. They had the compassion to be kind to themselves first and then to others. Let's think about that. At times when you felt close to someone, how much were you focusing on coming across in a positive way? Alternatively, at moments when you've been focused on someone else's shortcomings, how close have you felt to that person? Pretty distant, I would guess. We are all as human beings fallible, and perfection is something, by its very definition, is unachievable. This insight can apply to every relationship we're involved in, from our family to our workmates. So let's try to be mindful and notice when that critical inner voice is keeping us from connecting with others. And also recognise how much we might gain by revealing our own and accepting other people's vulnerability. Solitude, I thought this was a story about being connected. Well, solitude, it turns out, is absolutely necessary for forming meaningful relationships. We must be able to feel at ease with ourselves, alone, so that when we do reach out to people, we do so in a way that forms a real and meaningful connection. When we aren't truly connected with ourselves, we tend to turn to other people in order to feel less anxious or in order to feel more alive. When this happens, we're not able to appreciate who they are and their unique characteristics. And if we can't see them as a real person, the more likely we are to look at them as objects who, in a very one-sided way, deliver us things we want, physically, emotionally, and intellectually. In our modern world, instant access to multimedia and the World Wide Web provide constant opportunities for distraction. Imagine for a moment that our mind is just like an internet browser. We have our work tab up, we have our commitment to our partners tab up, our families tab up, we have commitments to the broader community tab up, and we have our self-care tab up. All of these separate pages keep our mind in a constant state of distraction. And if this is the case, then how much of ourselves do we actually give to those we feel connected to in the moment? Ask yourself, do the people I love feel loved? Do the people I want to respect me feel respected? The next time you're with someone who's important to you, remind yourself, I'm going to spend these 5 minutes completely offering my true presence to this person. As you've probably guessed, there is no 5-minute miracle cure for achieving intimacy. After all, we can't control what goes on in other people's browser tabs, or what goes on in their minds, or indeed in their lives. But what we can do is bring our whole self to moments that matter, especially with people that matter. And those people could be our friends, our family, or indeed our colleagues. Thank you, and namaste.